with the aim of creating the needed business-enabling environment that will encourage the private sector to invest more in the state for employment generation. This was reiterated by the State Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Kike Lomolonge, at the opening ceremony of the annual Road to Growth program organized for women entrepreneurs. Margaret Okunlola has the details.
According to the statistics from the Office of the Statistician General of the Federation, close to 49% of the country population of estimated 150 million Nigerians are either unemployed or underemployed. While speaking at the opening ceremony of the Ogun State Hybrid Edition of Cohort 2 of the annual Road to Growth program, organized by Sherry Blair Foundation for Women and implemented by Faith Foundation, the Special Assistant to Ogun State Governor on Finance, Dimeji Bello, says the state government is keen on identifying gaps that will open new windows of opportunities for entrepreneurs to leverage on.
The administration of Prince Dakwa Abiodun is very keen on women development and youth development. You know, you must be aware also of various grants and schemes and entrepreneurship programs with the aim of upscaling businesses.
Speaking on trade and funding investments available for women, the State Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Kike Lomolonge, emphasizes that women entrepreneurs have enormous potential to innovate, inspire and change their society.
The present administration understands the importance of entrepreneurial development, skills acquisition, capacity building and empowerment for employment creation, thereby curbing insecurity and social vices in our society. Therefore, we will continue to prioritize capacity building programs for entrepreneurs across all stages of their businesses.
Meanwhile, preparations are in top gear by different ministries in the state, namely Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Ministry of Culture and Tourism, Ministry of Housing, Ministry of Works and Infrastructure, and Bureau of Electrical Services to give a facelift to the Adire Kampala shared facility in Ashero, Abeokuta.
We want them to do well, we want them to grow, and we want them to still be around, next year, year after, 5 years from here, 10 years from now. We want them to still be in business, to have grown and be doing very well.
Mrs. Longe further called on micro, small and medium-scale businesses to make good use of the opportunity to upgrade their output in the Adire business so as to be more competitive in the national and international markets. Margaret Okunlola, Ogtv News.
In its continued efforts to support the growth and development of its host communities, building solutions provider and cement manufacturing company Lafarge Africa has donated and unveiled several corporate social responsibility projects in host communities of Iwekoro. Binga Dekoya reports that Papalanto, Wasemi, Olakbeleke, Ituri, Oke, Oko, Shekoni, Iwekoro are among the beneficiaries of the new project. Details of the reports are in this package.
In giving back to its immediate and host communities, Lafarge Africa, a member of HOSIM, a world-leading innovative and sustainable building solutions provider, has again commissioned and handed over several community development projects to its host communities. A block of 3 classrooms and boreholes with toilets were commissioned in Lakbeleke community, while a 14-bedded health center was handed over to the people of Papalanto, as well as a new magistrate court hall in a Tori community. At the formal commissioning of the projects, Mr. Lulu Akinyemi, the Chief Financing Officer, Lafarge Africa, describes the corporate social responsibility projects as part of the company's long-term commitment to investing in its host communities and their people.
I believe that the relationship will continue to be strengthened because it's not just community stroke Lafarge, no, we are partners. Okay, so it has to be always be a win-win, and I'm very confident with the level of support that we received so far that will continue to strengthen the relationship in the future.
An existing healthcare center built by Lafarge Africa also received the attention of the company with perimeter fencing in Olujobi community, just as staff quarters for a health center in Elebute community was commissioned.
I thank the Lafarge management that they make it possible for the community that what we are planning for the future of our children come above and started today.
After the commissioning of several projects, the communities later converged on the auditorium of Okeoko Egbadu Town Hall for a special community day where they wined and dined. Mrs. Titilope Oguntuga, head of sustainability, expresses appreciation to the state government and traditional rulers in the communities for the exemplary leadership they continue to display.
Let me seize this opportunity to assure you that the Abeokuta community is committed to working with us to invest in the community.
To reiterate Lafarge Africa's commitment to education, over 200 students of higher institutions from the Abeokuta community also benefited from bursary awards, while farmers drawn from various communities also received financial and material support, with the aged and the youths not left out.
President Muhammadu Buhari has said that the global economic downturn has negatively affected countries in the West African sub-region, causing serious hardship to its citizens. President Buhari stated this at the opening session of the 2022 Second Ordinary Session of the ECOWAS Parliament in Abuja. The President urged the legislature to consider its budget with diligence and bear in mind the various contributions the countries make in terms of levy. He commended the Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, Dr. Sidi Tunis, for what he said is the commitment and sacrifice he is making towards promoting regional integration and strengthening democracy and good governance in the sub-region. The President acknowledged the progress that has been made by the ECOWAS Parliament since the inception of the 5th legislature in March 2020. President Buhari reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to ECOWAS efforts with the support of the nation's partners to keep the region peaceful, secure, and politically stable. The World Health Organization has said it will start using a new preferred term, Mpox, as a synonym for monkeypox. The change of name is following a series of consultations with global experts, and both names will be used simultaneously for 1 year while monkeypox is phased out, according to the WHO. In a press statement issued on Monday and made available to reporters, it is said when the outbreak of monkeypox expanded earlier this year, racist and stigmatizing language online in other settings and in some communities was observed and reported to the WHO. Based on these consultations and further discussions with the WHO's Director General, Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus, the WHO recommended the adoption of the new synonym Mpox in English for the disease, and Mpox will become a preferred term, replacing monkeypox after a transition period of 1 year. Islamic chieftaincy title holders have important roles to play in the propagation of the religion and spread of the message of Allah, which they must propagate to the best of their ability. Iyasuna of Ijeja, Egbaland, and Ogun State, Alaja Khadijat Adebisi Edensere, made the submission at the installation and turbaning ceremony of several Islamic chieftaincy title holders in Ijeja, organized by Ijeja Muslim community, held at Cooperative College Ijeja in Abeokuta. Matthew Shewumi has the details.
Iyasuna of Ijeja, Egbaland, and Ogun State, Alaja Khadijat Adebisi Edioseri, performing the installation of female title holders in Ijeja Muslim community out of the group of 23 faithful being turbaned and installed as chiefs of Ijeja Muslim. Alaja Adebisi Edioseri said the job of the spread of Islam and propagation of the doctrine of Prophet Muhammad cannot be left to the religious leaders alone, and the responsibility of the new chiefs is supporting the cause of Islam.
Gbogbo àwọn alásàlátù, àwọn obìnrin pátápátá kó máa I will enjoin members of a Salatu group and female chiefs to always take good care of their families.
The chief host and Balogun Adini of Ijeja Muslim, Alhaji Rasaki Kupoliwi, and others encourage the new chiefs to see their installation as a call for more work.
It's very important because of Mama Kashwadam. Ijeja is her father's and that she will do everything to make sure that the Islamic society in is uplifted.
I encourage you to continue doing good and promote the religion.
Chief Imam of Ijeja, Sheikh Abdul Karim Alani Adeyemi, said the installation is crucial to the spread and growth of Islam. The newly turbaned chiefs promise to continue to give their best to the cause of Islam and support anything that will promote the religion.
There is a call to duty. What we have been doing it before, but all the same, we have to put more effort.
In order to promote Islam to where it's supposed to be. So I'm very grateful for today. Then I promise that I'm going to use it accordingly.
I am delighted with the achievements being recorded here today and also appreciate the elders for such an opportunity.
Guests and well-wishers thereafter joined the new chiefs in the celebration of their new roles in Ijeja Muslim community. Matthew Shoumi, Ogtv News.
As a prelude to the annual Ogtv Father Christmas show, Santa Claus arrived from Rome to the studios of the People's Tele on the early hours of Monday. Santa Claus had a rousing welcome by the management and staff of the station. The Ogtv Father Christmas takes off on the 1st of December 2022 with expectations of dishing out beautiful gifts to children and visitors to the grotto. Benga Adekoya captured the Santa Claus arrival and subsequent efforts to herald his presence to the citizens in and around Abeokuta metropolis in this package presented from our studios.
It's less than a month to Christmas, and it has become an annual event for the management of the Ogun State Television Ogtv Abeokuta to roll out the drums to receive Santa Claus all the way from Rome for the annual Father Christmas show of the station. This year was not left out as members of the management team led by the Deputy General Manager, Marketing and Sales, Mr. Benga Shebiomo, give a rousing welcome to Father Christmas.
We have a lot of activities lined up for the children to make the period a fun-filled period for them. But now the program that we are doing now is to welcome the Father Christmas to Nigeria from Rome. So after welcoming the Father Christmas, the real show will start with the opening of the Father Christmas on the 1st of December at the Cultural Center.
The chairman, 2022 Ogtv Father Christmas Committee, Mrs. Muturayo Shulanke, said a whole lot of goodies are in the can, calling on schools, parents, and caregivers to bring their words to Ogtv's Father Christmas grotto.
So we only implore the parents to come out to bring out their children, and we pray that God will bless them, that they'll be able to provide for their children. And also we implore the school proprietors. It's a way of showing their schools by bringing their children to the venue, and that is June 12 Cultural Center, Abeokuta. And schools also have an opportunity of inviting us to their schools. We have what we call mobile grotto, whereby the Father Christmas, we have the opportunity of visiting them, and it's still at the same price, and that is 1,500 naira.
Students of Glorious Kiddies College, Shuyoyi, Abeokuta, were the first to have a feel of this year's Ogtv Father Christmas.
I feel very great, very happy, and I'm so glad that Ogtv called our school. So, at least we paid 1,500 each, and these are the gifts they gave us. It was very interesting, and the gift is so gorgeous.
Ogtv's Father Christmas later stormed the town of Abeokuta, where a lot of gifts were distributed to the people. Among the places visited include the Toku Market, Shapmo, Onuda, Quarry Road, among others. The annual Father Christmas show of the People's Telly begins on December 1st, 2022 at its grotto at the historic June 12 Cultural Center, Kuto, Abeokuta.
Dominic Abeha is standing by for business news. To stay with us.